Parker. We'll go ahead and get started. But we said good morning to everyone. I think we appreciate y'all signing on this morning. And I just wanted to let you know that for anyone that doesn't know me, because I think there's some names I don't recognize, I'm Shanda Ryan, the Executive Director of the Navarre Beach Chamber. And we want to welcome all of our members and everyone in the community that's joining us this morning. And our agenda for this first ever virtual Commerce and Coffee is we're going to do some networking time. We're going to have a few announcements and some reminders. And then we're going to hear from our guest speaker, Commissioner Parker. Before we get started, I just want to let you know, as a staff member for the Chamber, I'm going to either be working in my office or working remotely. So if you need something, please email me. If you don't have my email address, it's on the bottom of our homepage, navarrechamber.com. The Chamber is working very closely with our local and state officials to try to keep our members and the community updated on what's going on. And then also, as far as our events, we did have to cancel some of our upcoming events or postpone, like our military appreciation picnic. Because that's being held in a county park, we are having to postpone that. We haven't selected a date, but as soon as we reschedule, I'm laughing at Commissioner Parker. As soon as we get that rescheduled, we'll post it on our website. And we are in the plans for some virtual networking events and some things to help out our restaurants and shops. So as soon as we get those scheduled, we'll be posting that information too. And now I want to introduce our 2020 chair, Monica Meyer, a financial advisor with Edward Jones. She's going to give us some instructions for today's virtual Commerce and Coffee.
Kind of instructions. Hey y'all, how are you guys doing? It's good to see everybody. Looks healthy. Looks like you're taking care of yourself. So it's really good to see everybody doing well. Yeah, please do what you need to do to stay safe and keep your families healthy and take care of each other and your neighbors. But anyway, of course, you know that today's Commerce and Coffee is definitely different from what we've had in the past. So we know, of course, we wanted to keep our Commerce and Coffee because we know a lot of people really enjoy coming to that. And we just wanted to have a sense of normalcy for everyone during this very unusual time by hosting this online session. So to show support for our members' networking goals and showcase how your business is making the world a better place or enriching consumers' lives, we will also still have our short networking time. So I want to introduce our navigator's captain, Gretchen Carter, with Organized Occasions Concierge to help us transition into that short networking time. Gretchen?
Good morning, everyone. Gosh, I miss walking back and forth across the conference center with the microphone in hand to greet everyone and say hello. So hello, everyone out there in virtual land. Glad you're here this morning. If this is your first chamber meeting, I am so proud of you for being brave enough to try this new technology and join us this morning. So there's a couple of ways that we can know you're here. And the first one is by sort of checking in. So if you go, and I don't know where it's going to be on your screen, I can only tell you where it's on my screen. If you go down to the chat box, you can type in the name of your business. And so for first time or visitors, if you would be sure and let us know that this was your first meeting to come to, I am sure that the navigators are going to want to reach out to all of those visitors. That's what we do as navigators. We like to kind of connect with visitors and with new chamber members and answer their questions and just help them to feel connected. So let us know that you're in the meeting and we'll reach out to you. And then for everyone else, take just a minute, time to do a little tap, tap, tap on your computer. Go to the chat box, tell us that you're here, share your website link, share a brief statement about what you're doing right now as far as what is your business's products or solutions that you can provide for us, let us know if you're open. If you're closed, we understand. Tell us that. We get it, but we might still want to just give you a call and say hello. To me, the funniest thing about this whole separation time is that I've rediscovered how much I actually like talking on the telephone, much more than I like texting people, because it's like all of a sudden you hear a real person. And so feel free to give me a call. I'm going to put my phone number in on the chat room. But of course, email is great, texting is great, but just make an effort to connect. So the challenge for you is, in the next, let's say, week, you find someone that was on this call and reach out to them. Maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's a go to their website and make a comment about their website. Just somehow do a virtual connection with someone that you see here in the meeting today. So take a few minutes and we'll do this, and then Monica's going to come back on and do an introduction for us.
Okay, I'll give everyone a moment. So before we introduce our guest speaker, just a couple of things I want to mention. Of course, I don't know if you follow the Chamber on Facebook or you've been getting Shanda's emails, but she has been doing a phenomenal job with keeping us up to date with what's going on in the state, in the county. So just know that we are working very closely with the Santa Rosa County Economic Development Office as well. They have created a website, www.santarosaready.com. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to go on that, but that is very full of useful information for our small business members. There's also some surveys that have been put out via email and also on our Facebook page that are very important in determining the needs in our area. So if you haven't already filled out a survey, please take the time to do so. And during this time of social distancing, of course, we know that social media has become very important, things like these virtual meetings, Facebook. So we do have lots of different venues, I guess, for businesses to put out information about their businesses, such as the Navarre to-go menus and Navarre restaurants to-go menus. I don't know if you've had a chance to see that, but if you are a restaurant, please, and if your menu is not on there, please feel free to put your menu on there. Let us know that you're doing takeout or pickup. Please get your information out there. If you have any online deals or any deals, I know some shops are doing curbside pickup, even if they're a clothing store or a boutique. So please let us know what you're doing that we can help, or that you can get out to the community. Your store hours, and make sure too to tag or hashtag Shop Navarre first. So that helps people find you and what you're doing. We also have a COVID-19 Facebook group for sharing information from the Chamber and local, state, and national government organizations. So make sure you check that often and get factual information from that. I have been in touch with the We Care Food Pantry. They are giving out a ton of food, but they need our help to keep their supplies stocked. So the community is definitely invited to give back during this time by dropping off non-perishable food items to be donated there. I know last time I talked with them, they're needing, canned meat, canned chicken, or, like ground beef, boxed dinners, food for kiddos like granola bars, canned fruit, things like that. So they are in need of us, of getting food so they can give it out to the people who need it. So again, that's the We Care Food Pantry. And finally, sometime today, if you can please take a moment of silence for all of our doctors, nurses, and first responders, all of those who are doing this critical work for us. They're fighting on the front lines of this global crisis. So if you can please take a moment of silence to pray or honor those people, just to let them know that, that we are thinking of them and we appreciate what they're doing. Of course, the chamber knows how difficult this time is for everybody. It's certainly a shift. I think a lot of us are kind of reassessing our priorities. I know that I've seen more families out walking and riding bikes and playing than I've seen in a long time. And I don't know if that's the case for everybody else, but when we go for our nightly walks, it's like, compared to last year at this time and now, we just see so many more folks out there just enjoying the weather. I think they're enjoying themselves. So, you know, take the time to, you know, use this time to reconnect with your families. But we are a strong community. We have lots of people who want to volunteer, who want to help each other. And knowing that, I know that we are going to weather this storm just fine, and we're going to weather it all together. So with that, I'm now very excited to introduce our guest speaker this morning, Mr. Sam Parker, Santa Rosa County Commissioner. Sam?
Hold on here. All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I didn't have a chance to do the test run meeting yesterday, so I should have set up a better background. I was scrolling through looking at everybody's. I can tell some of y'all took the time to think this out a little bit more than me. You can't hear me though?
Yes, can hear you.
Okay, perfect. I just want to say good morning. You know, I think the fact that we even have this meeting this morning and that Chandra and the Navarre Chamber and associates have helped put this on, I think this speaks, first of all, to the heart of really what the Chamber embodies, and that is that entrepreneurial spirit that, hey, we can do, we can achieve. I mean, here we are, and it would have been so easy to just cancel the meeting. And quite frankly, I'll tell you, a lot of chambers and different organizations that I'm a part of or follow have done that. So I think it's first to commend the organization as well as everybody on this conference call today to really just say that it's fantastic to host the meeting this morning instead of just canceling it, so that people do have a way to connect. And you know, I feel the same sentiments. It's odd not being around the groups. It's kind of like church, you know. I'm so thankful for live streaming services, but it's different to not have that fellowship, that time where you can shake hands and hug one another and say how glad you are to see each other. But I don't want to waste a whole lot of time, and so I do want to bring a couple updates and let you know what's going on if you haven't heard, and really just reach out and be receptive for anything that I or our board can do. So yesterday, our board, we allocated the remainder, which was $40,000 from the Strive grant for the 2020 grant cycle, as well as an additional $60,000, so that we now have funding immediately available to help our small businesses. And the way we define that, were any businesses with 20 or less employees in Santa Rosa County that have seen a drop in revenue by 25% or more from a month ago. And I say that, listen, if it was, hey, it wasn't exactly a month or whatever, I promise you the intent of this is not to make it cumbersome. But that was sort of the quick litmus test we're using. We've tried to follow other communities around the country, and there's a lot of them trying to roll something similar out. I was told, you know, I actually got contacted by an Escambia County Commissioner yesterday. I said, man, that's fantastic. Can you send me the language so that we can copy it and put it on our meeting next week? And it'll offer up to $2,500 to any small business that's seen a loss in revenue. And that way, we made that amount to where hopefully, you know, we can spread that out over quite a bit of businesses. It's not a repayment. It's truly a grant. There's no matching funds. And again, that is just to try to help, you know, maybe pay rent or help with a loss of payroll for a week until we can get this federal stimulus package that we're hearing so much about to hopefully come through. We did also discuss having a item on the agenda for next month, which should be our April 9th meeting, that I'm hoping that, and I would love to hear ideas and suggestions from folks today or between now and then, to challenge all county commissioners and all county staff and really citizens to share those with us, any prudent and responsible steps that we can take as a county to help with the economic hardship that's been caused on so many of our small businesses, especially the restaurant and tourist related industry. I mean, I know it is Navarre and Navarre Beach are ground zero as far as hurting economically in our county over this. But I can assure you, even the restaurants and the gyms and other little businesses in the north end of the county where I'm at, they're hurting too. And, you know, I know first of all, obviously we can pray for them. We can shop local, as was mentioned. But I want to know as a county, you know, what things can we do regulation wise or stimulus wise, and would love to hear input on that. But that is what we're focusing on right now. And we have delayed the land development code public workshops. And that's simply because we can't have the public meetings and abide by the order of having groups of 10 or less. And so we've delayed some rezonings and all, but we have committed to keep our inspections department open, our permitting department open, online services, so that we're not holding up, you know, people having jobs. But that is it in a nutshell as far as please, if you or any business owner you know has suffered economic hardship, please reach out for this grant. And if you say, you know what, I got 40 employees and so it's not 20, I will tell you, go ahead and apply for that. And when you call them, tell them I said to, and I promise you this is meant to get the money in the hands of our business owners that are here locally. And you can go to our santarosa.fl.gov website. You can Google Santa Rosa Economic Development, or you can call my office at 983-1877, and we will make sure to get you that information, and so that we can disperse those funds immediately and hopefully have those to you next week. With that, I keep it short and sweet, and be willing to answer any questions that the group may have. But I just really want to say, man, to everybody on this meeting this morning, you are champions again, and the Navarre Chamber is a champion. I think this is showing true leadership by not just canceling the meeting, but still providing a way for members to network and you know, share thoughts. And I think it's so important. I love the fact that I'm able to do this in blue jeans and a t-shirt, but I still think it's important to have that social connectivity and that sort of routine and schedule. So that's all I've got, unless you have any questions for me.
Could you put those, I was just saying, can you put the phone numbers and the websites in chat so we all have access to them? Because I could not write them down that quick.
Okay, I will try, but just in case I can't, I will lean on Shanda and ask the phone number directly to my office, because I don't remember the economic development number, is 983-1877, and we can definitely connect you over there. And then also the santarosa.fl.gov. And if you go to our website, right there on the front page is a link to, it'll say coronavirus issues. And from there, there's a few links. But please don't hesitate. I still like the phone call. So 983-1877. And one of the ladies in the office will pick it up and get you directly to where you need to be. And like I say, if you run into any bumps at all or bruises on that process, please reach out to me directly. I will do everything I can to facilitate that happening quickly. My direct email is Sam Parker, just spelled out SAMPARKER, at santarosa.fl.gov, and I'll help if you run into any problems on that.
Any other questions? You don't be shy, but you can always call him later. No? Everyone's quiet?
I do have a question, Sam. The old application for the Strive, is that going to be the same as a new one?
So no, we only had 2 applicants for the old Strive grant, or I guess you'd say the Strive grant the way it was intended, that had applied, and we're going to go ahead and honor those. But we're suspending any other Strive grants for the moment and shifting the money for this economic relief grant program. And so right now, I will tell you, everybody knows that my heart is behind the Strive grant. It was with the help of the chamber presidents and members that I was able to bring that to the board. I absolutely plan to bring that back, and hopefully we can have another cycle by the summer of this year. But right now, we have suspended the Strive grant as is known as far as for facade improvements, and shifted that money entirely to the economic recovery of any small businesses that have seen a loss in revenue.
All right. I think maybe I didn't give you quite a good question. When we go to the website for the Strive grant, is that the actual current application we use for the grants now, or is there going to be a new one out there?
So that's a fantastic question, and I'm humble enough to tell you I don't have the exact answer. I have not seen the new application because we literally just approved this yesterday at about 10 a.m. I don't know if it's go ahead.
I was talking to Shannon Ogletree with the Economic Development Office, and they said that it should be online by Monday, the new application.
Thank you.
So it won't be online till Monday.
And Robert, thank you for asking. And I just want to say that if y'all look Monday morning and the application is not on there, again, shoot me an email directly and I'll send it over to the Economic Development Director. But I would encourage, again, anyone on this call or that that might be applying between now and Monday, go ahead and get that together. It doesn't have to be super deep. I shouldn't say not super detailed, but it's not meant to be complex. Hey, here was my gross revenue for the month of February through whatever Monday's date is. Here's my March revenue. I'm down by roughly 25% or more, or whatever that number is, and just have that ready. I don't anticipate this to be extremely challenging to navigate, because that is not the intent. And if anyone finds it to be overly cumbersome, please reach out to me directly so I can get involved.
Any other questions? Gail, do you have a question?
No, but I did want to thank Sam for taking the time out to be with us this morning. This is a very challenging time for our small businesses, and it's nice to know that you are there for us. The county is as well.
Thank you, Gail. And please, this is definitely a time, as we've said before, we want to be respectful of the social distancing. Lord, we don't want to have this outbreak that could hurt so many of our vulnerable senior citizens in the community. But please, I will tell you, my wife and I, we carried the kids to La Hacienda last night. We've been, just as Monica said earlier, we've been feel like spending more time together in the evenings, not going to the ballparks. It's been amazing. And truthfully, I feel like we've had some extra family connection time. But last night we decided to go to La Hacienda here in Pace, and the owner was almost in tears in a happy way as we were talking to him about just thank you for the support, and saying thank you so much to the community that had come out, and they were afraid that this was just going to wipe them out. And they got the little drive-through service going now that they set up. And I would just encourage you to support your local businesses, support your charities, and most of all, pray for them. And as I can't remember if it was Monica that said it earlier or whoever, but I have received letters and phone calls and text messages from different folks that in my social network, just to say, hey, let us know if you need anything. And man, that's such a good feeling. So I just want to encourage y'all to do the same thing in your social networks as well.
Sam, I have one.
Any other? Go ahead.
I do have one question for you. Have you and the commissioners talked about what the kind of what the end of this looks like or when that might happen? Our beaches are closed, restaurants are down. Do you guys have any indication of what you're thinking about as far as the beaches and things like that?
Yeah, that was the exact answer that the owner of the restaurant asked me last night. He said, Sam, how much longer? And we are really, so we have conference calls every day out of Tallahassee with the governor's office. They've also set up a thing even for county commissioners to have conference calls with the White House. We're really trying to follow the lead from the state level as far as that. We surely don't want to say, well, our beaches are open and everybody else in the Panhandle is closed, and now we have all these folks from New York or other areas that were hard hit coming here, because that's what our residents were concerned about. However, frankly, there's a lot of folks, and myself included, that look at some of these and say, we've got schools closed, but daycares are open. And yeah, kids may not be as we may not be as fearful that kids could contract this and it harm them, but I think they could still spread it. And, and then even with the restaurants, I mean, the drive-through, I think there's still a lot of capabilities to spread it. And so I say all that to say that a lot of these measures are very well intended, but it doesn't make it bulletproof. And what I'm very concerned about is you don't want the economic hardship to sink businesses and then look back and say, well, we hopefully prevented the spread as bad as it could have been, but now we have people out of work. So really right now, all I can tell you is that I'm hopeful that it doesn't extend past that initial 2-week flatten the curve, trajectory that we were trying to get to. But as far as what does that look like just yet at the end, no, I don't know. I think that's going to have to come from the governor's office on lifting the restaurants. I can tell you as soon as that happens, I feel like that we would be in coordination on how to handle the beach access. I wish that we could have the beaches open to our residents to at least enjoy. I really do. Just like we still get to go to Blackwater Forest up here in the north end of the county and enjoy it. But I understand also the concerns, even out of Tallahassee, that if we open the beaches, it's just going to cause people from these highly infected areas to come down here and spread that virus.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any other questions? Well, Sam,
right. Well, go ahead.
Thank you so much for your time. We know as the community and small business owners, it's difficult on us, but I can't imagine how difficult it is for you and the rest of the county commission having to make decisions. And I know it's difficult for you, but we do, like Gail said, thank you so much for your support. Again, thank you for your time and the resources that you are that are out there for our small business owners. So if there's not, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, and I will shut up and go back to mute. But please, I do want to my last plea. If anybody has any ideas of things that we as a county organization or me personally or my business can do to help you or any other business or person, organization in our county, please, this is a time where don't harbor those good ideas to yourself. Shoot me an email, please, samparker@santarosa.fl.gov, and let us know what we can do, because I have found many times that folks just like yourselves have great ideas, and this is not the time to reserve those to yourself. So please let us know what steps you think we should be taking moving forward, and we'd love to hear it. And thank you for the opportunity to bring that update and join the meeting. I'm going to go back to mute so you don't have to hear any more from me. I hope everybody has a blessed and terrific weekend.
Okay, thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Yes, the innovation that some of our business owners and the community has just been incredible. People are finding ways to still do business and still connect with the public and with the community. So yeah, again, if any of you on this this virtual breakfast have any ideas, yeah, again, please contact Sam Parker. But if no one has any questions, this will conclude our official first virtual Congress and Coffee. But you can certainly still continue the conversation by reaching out to individuals, like Gretchen said. If there's someone that you haven't reached out to before, you haven't met, haven't contacted, yeah, please give them a call, you know, just to meet somebody new. But thank you all for attending this morning. And yeah, keep abreast of our Facebook page and our website, because again, Shannon's been doing a phenomenal job putting out great information for our small business owners. So thank you all. Have a great morning.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.